Good morning. Merry Christmas to all who celebrate. Happy holidays. Happy Thursday. I am gonna write. If you were here yesterday, I told you I was having a tickle in the back of the throat. The tickle is gone because I rested and I slept in a little bit. A little bit. It's 8-ish. I was awake at 7, but I was like, no, I'm not gonna get up. And I am at the stage. I feel very confident in my books in Act 1. I'm at the stage in Act 2 where I'm starting to lose some of my mojo, some of my bluster, and I'm getting uncertain about what's happening with this plot, which is why I'm glad I'm writing this book slowly. I think I'm doing the right thing. I'm just not sure how I'm doing it. So I want, at the beginning, again, it's so good to talk this stuff through with you guys, even though nobody's here yet, or some people are coming on. Hi, good morning. I started this book with a former queen and a princess in a low state. They were kicked out of the palace, and they were they now own this bar. And they both wanted revenge. But I think I'm about to take the bar, their sense of safety away from them, which will force them into act. And I think that's the best decision. It's just not what I originally planned. But I need to keep escalating the stakes and escalating the stakes in this action adventure romantasy. So I do think that that is the best decision. Yeah, I think that's what I'm about to do. I'm probably only going to do one sprint, just because even though I'm not sick, I don't want to get sick. So I'm trying to take it easy because it's a holiday, even though I don't really celebrate this holiday. Kids are grown. They're at grandma's house because grandma celebrates this holiday, but I don't. This was my child-free vacation when they were younger. So I just used this time to read, watch TV, and then I'm gonna go to a family member's house who is cooking Christmas dinner. And all I want is sweet potato pie. So I'm really just going for the sweet potato pie to get hugs and have some sweet potato pie. That's all I want. My family makes interesting food for the holidays. They'll roast a ham, which is normal, but then they'll make seafood too. We're Marylanders. I don't live in Maryland, but I'm gonna drive to Maryland. But you can't take that seafood and obey out of our veins. Anyway, I'm gonna get started on this chapter. So I don't even think that I wrote the right stuff for my I just knew that they were gonna escape and they're gonna I mean, I can set some of this stuff up in the beginning to make it make more sense. I can do that. Where's my white pen? Do I have one over there? I just sometimes don't feel like taking that out. And I want to write with a different. Who are you? No. I'm so particular. There is a cute little pink gel pen, but that's not what I want. Oh, you gotta shake this one. Good morning, guys. Good morning. Good morning. Thank you so much for being here. Merry Christmas. I'm so sorry, Audra. I hope you're taking care of yourself, even though you have a smiley face there on your comment. I'm taking some notes, so I'm getting ready to write this chapter where in the last chapter, my heroine and her mom were cornered by the new queen-to-be because the queen-to-be wanted to erase them they wanted to make them go away. Good morning, Tanya. Merry Christmas. And I need them to escape, but when they escape, they're going to be in an even worse situation. So I can totally set this up more at the beginning. Yeah. And I'm going to figure out how I'm going to set it up better at the beginning. Maybe they're getting taxed. Maybe she thought it was the king. Because if you remember in this book, I want to play around with the notion of these people get reincarnated, and I'm playing around with the notion of, well, what's owed to you if you did something great in a past life and now here you are in this life? Do you get the benefits of what you did in your past, or since someone else took care of it, or someone else made it even bigger, does that come back to you as well? So I'm playing around with that. So this is going to work. It's just not part of my original plan. But I think it's the best thing to do. Okay, so I'm gonna get started. I did not fill out my scene purpose, and so I don't even know what this is. I guess this scene is gonna be another test allies and enemies scene. I'm really in the test allies and enemies phase. Test allies and enemies is a plot point from the hero's journey, which I use a lot whenever I'm in a scene, when my hero or heroine doesn't know who to trust. So it's kind of a catch-all scene for me. The purpose of this scene and then sometimes I'm not sure. Sometimes I'm just not sure until I get in the scene. Okay, it's okay. Enough, it's okay. Just start throwing words on the page because you know you can fix it. Oh no. Here we go. All right. Is that the right button? That is the right button. I'm gonna throw words at the page. That's all I need to do is throw some words at the page. Good morning if you're just joining me. I'm trying to do just one 25-minute sprint because it is a holiday and I have no responsibilities today except for to make a kale salad, which will take me like 10 minutes to do. Because it'll take me 5 minutes if I don't devein everything, and my family doesn't really care. That was my job as a child. I know I'm wasting time, but that was my job as a child. I had to devein all the kale and check for worms, and you knew if there was a worm there, that it was a good bunch of kale. So my job is to make the kale salad, but it's a salad now. When we were younger, and my family now has health problems, so this is why we've changed things. But when we were younger, they would put ham hock, pig foot, pig snout, pig shoulder, all kinds of things into the greens and then boil the greens for hours. Imagine when I left my home for college and I saw people eating raw kale and I was like, what are you doing? And I had some. You don't have to cook kale for hours? What? You can just eat it raw? I don't think I ever had a salad when I was a kid. You always boiled, baked, fried, roasted vegetables. So now I'm in charge of the kale salad because I marinated in like ginger dressing and some not soy sauce but Bragg's, which is like a saltless soy sauce, and my family goes gaga for it. because now you know that my aunts and my uncles, my grandma all got older and started having health problems, which were all related to their diet. And so a lot of our menu has changed. So again, I'm responsible for making a kale salad, which will take me anywhere from 5 to 10 minutes. I'm gonna write words. Here we go. I know I just wasted 2 minutes telling you guys that story, but I just think it's funny. But that's my only responsibility today, is to make the kale salad, and dinner starts at 4. So I have plenty of time to just lollygag around, but I'm gonna do 1, maybe 2 sprints, and then I'm just gonna sit on the couch and just play in my bullet journals. Oh, and I made some lemony ginger, echinacea tea, just to make sure I'm not sick, but oh, so good. All right, seriously. Do your job, woman. Did you even open the manuscript? I did. I opened the manuscript. Chapter 18. Oh my God, this book is going to be long. All right. All right. We are in Benu's point of view. Okay. Okay. What's her name? Seraphine? I could do that. I absolutely could do that, couldn't I? Good morning, guys. I'm so happy you guys are joining me on Christmas morning to write. I'm not going to talk because if I start talking, I'm not going to stop talking. This is messy, but I think I'm doing the right thing. Okay. Yeah, I think that's not working. But that's fixable. I keep doing that. I get easily distracted when a scene isn't flowing. Okay, I'm almost finished, I think. Yeah, I'm gonna have to do that and I'm not sure how. Decisions. No, I don't. Is that right? No. No. Yeah. Yeah. Maybe. Why is this decision so hard? Maybe I need to talk this out with y'all. Merry Christmas, everyone. Merry Christmas. Yeah. I'm not sure if this chapter's done. It's just a few words. Sorry, I have my ka-ching on because my Amazon sales, like everyone's, my Amazon sales are down. So I turned my Shopify ka-ching on, which I know is really annoying. But it makes me feel better because my Shopify sales are up. So when I look at my Amazon sales in the morning, I don't feel so bad because I keep hearing ka-ching. Anyway, I know the timer's still going. I think I might be, I'm not sure. What is life? What are words? Um, so in this book, I have my heroine, um, my heroine's mother was the queen. She became queen at a young age because it was foretold that she and this particular king would birth the reincarnation of a very powerful queen from the past. And it came true. They rebirthed one of the greatest queens of all time in this land. But when she was born with a deformity. And so her mate, her fated mate, her soulmate, who was a dragon shifter, when he saw her after her birth, he was like, she's gonna die, I'm not doing this. And he basically flies off and abandons her. The abandonment causes the king to cast out both the queen and his daughter, the princess. So we come back to that all happens in the prologue. We come back into the first chapter in present day, and this former queen and her daughter, the heroine of the story, they own a bar, and they're making their way. They like live a low middle class life, and they seem to have no complaints. But I think I made a mistake on how they are perceived. I kind of have my heroine perceived. Well, I think she is absolutely going to be pitied because she has what looks like scoliosis in her back, and so she gets tired very quickly. Walking is a chore for her. She's the smartest person in the room always. But I kind of have it that people look down on her, and I think I'm wrong for doing that. I think the people will still love these two queens and feel the way about how the king cast them out. So I think I'm wrong for that. I think I need to go back and change that tone. Not go back right now, but I'm seeing right now in the story how that perception, how the society's perception of the former queen and this princess, it's not serving my story. I think it would serve my story better if people respected them, or if they at least had more compassion towards them and were at least on their side. Because you see that they had wealth and it was taken from them. And there's a running subplot in this story because these people get reincarnated. There's a running theme of, do you have like, if you have earned something in a past life, should it remain yours when you are reborn? So in this exact instance, the queen and the princess had earned a title and then it was taken from them. This is why I love talking to you guys, because just talking it out loud, I think I solved it. Yeah. And I need to have conversation around this earlier on in the story of, it was wrong what he did to you. It's wrong what this king did to you. Revision notes. Revision notes. So, how are you, Red? Are you? Oh, you're bright. Okay, revision notes. I forget how my pens write because sometimes I haven't touched this pen in probably months. So I need to change the tone of society's perception of the queen and her daughter. And I also need to question, because the king, okay, I need to play, it needs to play up the theme a bit more, because the king threw them out even though they had earned that title. Both of them had earned the title, and he basically threw them out. It wasn't even in a past life. Yeah. You see, you know when it's wrong. And I did it wrong. But I'm not going to go back and change that stuff now. I'm just going to move forward as though I have already changed it, because something else might come up, and then I would have to go back again. So I don't go back. I just write myself notes. Then I keep moving forward as though I have made the changes. Because then I finish. And then once I'm finished, I can see the whole entire picture and make the best decisions. Yeah. Do you have a revision notes area? Is this your first revision note? I think it's my first revision note. Yeah, I think this is my first revision note. But I don't wanna interrupt my flow, so I have an Act 2. Yeah, trifill cycles, put it here. Okay. I think I'm finished with this chapter though. Hang on, where are we? We're here. Yeah. Yeah, but I just put that on the revision note. That is a good point. I didn't. Hang on, I'm almost finished. But I don't think this chapter is finished. Okay, that's good. That's good. See, I'm already weaving it in. yeah, okay. My instincts were right. My instincts were right. Sometimes your instincts don't look right because you don't know what they're trying to say. Okay. Yeah. Okay, party people. Um, yeah. So that was about, I got about 700 words, and a lot of them are messy, which is fine. They're not. It did what I needed to do. It did something unexpected that I didn't realize that I needed. It pushes all of my characters into action, which is good. None of them can stay. So the status quo of them being in this bar, being okay in this tenuous world, I just shattered it. They all are going to have to run now. They all are going to have to leave. Whereas before, my heroine's mother was trying to find a way around this because she didn't think that her daughter could physically handle the voyage, the journey that they all need to go on in order to get their ultimate revenge against the dragon and the king. And so she's in the process of saying, maybe we just go away. Maybe we just let this go. But I just literally slammed the door on it. This is why the muse always know, just let her do her thing. You just type it out and just let her do her thing. This chapter is a skeleton. It is the direction that I need for it to go. I don't know what I'm going to do next. I'm going to sit and just think about it. A lot of times I just kind of I just think to myself, like I just put them here. I know where I need to get to. I know the first try-fail cycle that this bunch is going to go on. I still don't see like physically how to make it happen. Like I did a list of 20. I didn't even make it to 20 of how they're physically going to. I didn't write that stuff down either, did I? I'm so irresponsible. I really enjoyed writing with this pink pen. There are pens that I just enjoy writing with, and yeah, I'm gonna get ready and write with that. But I made a list. I think I put it in another document. What did I do with that list? Maybe I didn't. I'll find it. But I made a list of, because my heroine, she basically has scoliosis, and so it's hard for her to run. So they need to figure out like how we can all run. We are all strong. We are all fighters, but she's just this great strategist. She's really a phoenix, but we don't know that yet, and that's why her spine is curled. This is not today's problem though. Tomorrow. I don't know if I should do it in this chapter or if I should do it in the next chapter, but they need to leave. So I'm just trying to decide. I have some potential decisions. Hi, good morning. Good morning, Celeste. Yeah, get some words. I'm finished. So you can watch this replay in just a minute. But I got words for this chapter, and I'm trying to decide, because I like short chapters. Short chapters keep the pages turning, but 700 words is too short. And I know that, this is also first draft. And I think I told you guys before, in my first drafts, nobody's wearing any clothes. The rooms are bare because I don't think in description until the second draft. My brain just is like, what are they doing? What are they saying? How are they feeling? So that's why I'm trying to say, because this is like 697 words. So should I continue on? I know that this part of the scene is done. I might need, and I think I need to think on it a bit more. So tomorrow might be a continuation of the scene, or it might be a new chapter. It kind of doesn't matter because I will push some things together, pull some things apart in second draft. This did what I needed it to do. So tomorrow I'm going to continue on. I need for them all to know that they have to leave. A kind of like, we don't have time. Let me write the notes here though. No, let me write the notes here. It's a we don't have time. Oh, this is such a pretty color. All have to go. The treasure that they stole won't help. Won't pay off the king. Okay. Gotta go. How? With Benny. Benny knows how. Okay. Yeah, this might get pushed together later, but for right now, I'm gonna write that tomorrow. So I'm gonna write tomorrow that the found family gets together and they're like, we are cooked. The king is gonna come for us after that stunt. We can't stay here. We all have to go. But here's the thing, I didn't make it so that all of them need to go. Yeah, I really think this is going to be a continuation of this chapter. But I'm not going to write it today. I'm going to write it tomorrow. Maybe. Y'all don't need to sit here and watch me waffle over this. I will have a decision by tomorrow. Either this will be the second part of the scene, or it will be its own chapter. I really think it needs to be the second part of the scene. Yeah, I'm gonna sit and think about it, but I'm not gonna waste you guys' time with me sitting here thinking through all the possibilities when I know this is probably the second part of this scene. I'm just not gonna write it today. I'm gonna write it tomorrow. Okay, guys, that's gonna be it for me. Merry Christmas, everybody. Thank you so much for coming and hanging out with me and letting me talk this through with you guys. It really helps me so much. I hope that it helps you too as I talk through these plot points, which is one of my favorite things to do, is just to talk story through. I am going to go and sit on the couch for a while. I have a little bit of admin to do. What's today, Thursday? It's not my admin day, but I have a little bit of admin to do, just some organizing stuff that I want to do. Just because when I organize things, it really frees up my brain. So that's my self-care, is getting things organized and into a bullet journal. Yeah, so I'm going to do that. And I also have to pack some books, maybe. I might pack them tomorrow because the post office isn't open today. We'll see. Doesn't matter. Merry Christmas, everybody. So, yes, and I will be here tomorrow. I will not be here for PM writing because I have to drive to Maryland with my kale salad. But I will be back here for AM writing on Friday. I'm not sure about PM writing. I probably could, but I'll make that decision tomorrow. Because I did want to get another treadmill exercise day in, because that was really good for me. And then my body was like, oh, we're exercising? Okay, let me dredge up all the sickness that's just been laying dormant inside of you. Here you go. Yeah, enough complaining. Merry Christmas. Thank you guys for being here. I hope you have an amazing day. And I'll be here tomorrow morning, probably 8-ish again, because I'm going to sleep in. Bye, guys. Merry Christmas.